Hello, friends. Jai Hind and good evening. I am Major Mohammed Ali Shah. I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with a very renowned academician who's been doing notable work for education in Manipur, in fact, in Jiribam. He is the principal of the prestigious Blooming Flower School in Jiribam, which unfortunately got burned down just last night, yesterday morning, I would say, in fact. And I happened to be on a national television channel on a panel with Reverend Benjamin Shakum, and I requested him, "Sir, can you come for a small little interview with me?" And he gracefully accepted. So let's welcome him and let's hear it from Reverend Benjamin Shakum. Sir, Jai Hind and good evening, and thank you very much for spending time, sir.
Okay, what happened yesterday morning was that the situation is Jiribam. First, I would like to go to the situation in Jiribam. The situation in Jiribam town, where my school is located, is that none of the Kukizo Mar community could stay in the town any longer because of the unrest in Jiribam. We have fled the town and taken shelter in the adjoining states of Assam and Mizoram mostly. So yesterday morning, when the school got burned down, I came to know about it from friends who rang me up and told me about it. So after coming to know about it, I inquired and came to know that a good portion of the school has been burned down. So this is happening at a point where peace initiatives has also been undertaken by the authority and especially the Mar community to which I belong. We have attended two such peace initiatives that was arranged at Silchar, and we were supposed to have a third meeting, and leaderships were ready to discuss about the possibility of attending the meeting and going forward with the agenda of bringing back normalcy in Jeribam. At this point of time, uh, the school got burned down. So it was really shocking, and the whole community was also shocked. And there is a suspicion that some radical elements of the Meitei community are trying to sabotage the peace process or trying to cause trouble so that uh, normalcy will not return in Jeribam. So personally, I
Only,
feel that
it's
it is a
only
great loss
it's only
because
only a
the
suspicion,
institution
sir.
has produced many good students in the past. We have
Only a
never had any
suspicion,
bad
right?
results.
There's no
We have
proof
been
on
running
that.
the school since 1997, and for these many years, we have produced good results in metric exams and all. So this year, what happened was that we could not continue with the school any longer because of the unrest in Jeribam. And as other members of my community fled the locality, we also had to vacate the school and leave the place. And after we left the school, it was occupied by the Assam Rifles uh, to, to be used as a duty post to bring security to that area. And then after some time, I came to know that the Assam Rifles have been relieved of their duty in the school and no one was posted in the school. Then I personally made a request to the commandant of the Assam Rifle and the SP of the police that the school needs security and then some security personnel should be posted. And then I was assured that the CRPF would be posted. And I was having the notion that the CRPF were there and then everything would be fine. But then what happened yesterday came as a shock to me because uh, I don't know actually what happened with the security, but how the school managed to get burned down in that situation. So there was a security lapse also. So I'm appealing to all concerned that the culprits who are behind burning the school should be brought to justice uh, for the sake of normalcy in Jeribam, and uh, and we should all work together for bringing back normalcy in Jeribam. activities like this and atrocities and this sort of violence will not bring a solution to the problem in Manipur. And especially Jiribam, as we know, has been out of the trouble for about 1 year. And only after about 1 year, there was some trouble started arising. But uh, under the guidance of the authorities, the civil administration and the police and the Assam Rifles, normalcy was attempted to be restored. And as belonging to the Mar community, I could say that we as a community were also very much welcoming the process of, to bring back the normalcy. So it came as a shock that some people would not welcome uh, the normalcy in Jerusalem, but rather create problem. So I'm very sad to know that my school had to be one of the casualties in this conflict, and it is a great loss for the future of the children. I was thinking that maybe when normalcy returns to Jiribam, I will start the school again and work towards bringing up children who would be uh, doing good contribution for the society at their level best. Uh, we as a school try to bring out the best from our students, and we never discriminate. We welcome students from all community, the tribal community, the Kuki community, the Mar community, the Meitei community. Most of us students are mixed communities. So considering that an educational institution having no partiality is a target of the violence has come as a shock. And the radical elements of the people who are behind this act should come to their senses and realize that such sort of thing will not bring any good in the future. Rather than that, we should all work together to bring back normalcy in Jiribam.
Right, sir. But has the cause, the only suspicion, has it been ascertained, and how do you expect to ascertain the cause? I mean, it could be anything. Without having proof, we cannot accuse anyone. We cannot point fingers to anyone. We cannot say without any.
Actually, when none of our communities are there anymore in Jiribam, the other community are the Bengali community and the Naga community. I don't think they would have any interest in creating any problem with the school. So we are in a conflict with the dominant community in Manipur. So and people from the neighborhood who have helped in putting out a fire can also ascertain the fact that the radical elements of the Meitei community are at hand behind the arson.
I understand your pain, sir, and I empathize with you, and I stand. We all stand with you, in fact. But do you think it'll, without having any proof, it would be appropriate to point fingers towards the Maithi community, because the atmosphere in Manipur at the moment is as such that there is a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of hatred and animosity between the two communities. And if anything could happen, people would say, "Oh, so and so community did this to us." So, do you think it's fair to? I just want to know your views on that, sir.
Actually, I'm not blaming any particular community as a whole, but there are some in every community. There are some radical elements who would rather uh, go forward creating trouble rather than work for peace and normalcy. So I'm not blaming any particular community as a whole, but I'm just saying that some elements of a community may be behind the arson. And since considering the situation in Jeribam, where there is conflict between the Kuki, Zomi, Mar people and the Meitei in particular, at this point of time, the involvement of any other community is, I would say, it is difficult to consider the involvement of any other communities. So it is not a case of pointing the finger, but it is considering the situation. It is a possibility. The possibility is very high, I should say. So That is why I'm just referring to the situation that the radical elements are behind this arson.
Element from, it could be from any community, anywhere, any people. I mean, it could be criminals, right, sir? Sir, I understand the loss that you have faced. It's extremely painful because this school, you have a very solid reputation with regards to education, academics. People wherever you're highly respected, and everyone, and people swear by your school. In fact, the Blooming Flower School of Jiribam, it's very very famous, and so how would you cope with the loss now? Unfortunately, I want to ask you, it's a very very painful question. How will you cope with the loss?
Actually, I'm a God believing person, I should say. So I leave all matters to God, and I believe that God will work out a solution for the betterment of all of us. And I hope that with the help of God, somehow we can bring back the school back to the condition that it was as before. And I'm sure that this conflict will not last for a very very long time, because considering history, every conflict has to end one day on a negotiation table, and peace will prevail. And I'm sure that peace will also come to Manipur at one point of time. And at that time, I'm sure I can go about building back the things that I've lost with this act of violence upon my school. So I'm just depending all matters to God. I'm
So
praying for
that's a
that,
very
that God will provide me the opportunity to regain my loss.
I admire your plucky spirit. In fact, that is a optimistic and the positive way to go forward and look about it, sir. Sir, sincerely, thank you for your time, and it was indeed an honor and a pleasure to be live with you on a news channel just now and on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Hind, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night, good night, good night. Thank you.